Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video where we'll be looking at how C9 Svenskeren got an early lead on Flyquest Onda in week 4 of the NALCS through some extremely efficient early pathing. So to start out, we see Svenskeren on Skarner and Onda on Jax. And both of these players are going to start this game in a fairly similar way, but we'll very quickly see Sven take a significant lead. So, as mentioned, both junglers are going to start on the bottom side and clear up toward the top side. However, while Onda does a buff camp buff clear, Sven goes buff camp camp buff, doing both raptors and wolves. And at this point, we see Onda moving into the river to take the Spire and Scuttle Crab, and Sven continuing to farm by taking his Gromp. Now, some of you might be wondering why Sven decides to not contest the Scuttle. Skarner is extremely strong at level 3, and he could likely beat Jax in a 1v1. However, if we look at both of the nearby lanes, mid and top, we can see that both of Flyquest's lanes have priority, meaning that Skarner versus Jax would likely turn into a 1v3 and not a 1v1. So as Onda moves into Sven's jungle to drop a ward, let's take a look at the camps. In Onda's jungle, we see 3 camps still standing, but only 1 in Sven's. What does this mean? Well, rather than focusing on how many camps are alive, let's slightly shift our point of view to focus on how many camps are dead and, therefore, respawning. Right now, there are 5 camps respawning in Svenskeren's jungle, only 3 in Onda's. Why does this matter? Well, let's take a look at the next minute and a half to see. So just keep this idea in mind as we move forward. Hopping back into the game, Onda returns to his jungle to take Raptors and KRUGS, while Sven shops, then runs bottom for Scuttle and an invade on Onda's Gromp. Now, this invade may seem risky, but Sven knows that Onda would never leave his KRUGS stranded topside, so he'll be busy doing that. One way you can think about this is Onda will have to perform 3 major actions before he can reach Gromp: running back and taking Raptors, running to and killing KRUGS, then basing and running to Gromp. So Sven should definitely have time to do only 2 major actions, right? The first is running to river and killing Scuttle, the second is running in and killing Gromp. And obviously this is not an exact science, but it's something that you can quickly and easily try out in your own games rather than trying to exactly time out every movement. Now, let's just focus on Svenskeren for a little bit longer. After the invade, he heads to his own KRUGS, then clears all the way through his topside, taking Raptors, Wolves, and Gromp. And just notice how the camps are coming up as he gets there, then are instantly killed. Just think about how efficient this is. His camps are always respawning. They're never just sitting there waiting to be killed. Now, let's hop back a bit and see what Onda is up to. After finishing KRUGS, he runs bot side to do his wolves, and doesn't even bother checking Gromp because he already knows that it's dead. Then heads top because that's where his camps will be respawning, but he seems to just be standing around while Sven is efficiently farming. From the time Onda arrives in his top jungle at 4:54, he spends an entire full minute doing absolutely nothing, before his Raptors spawn again at 5:50. And look at the CS at this point, 44-29 in favor of Svenskeren. So what happened here? Why was Sven's clear so clean and efficient, while Onda's left him wandering the river like a lost puppy for over a minute? Well, if we hop back to earlier in the game to when Skanda took Scuttle, the answer is very simple. He delayed continuing to clear his Raptors and KRUGS. He spends around 35 seconds taking Scuttle and warding Sven's jungle, then 10 to 15 seconds running back to and clearing Raptors. This is why he has nearly a minute of downtime later on. So to simplify the differences between how Sven and Onda played out this early game, Sven cleared his camps, then invaded and moved into river, while Onda moved into river in the enemy jungle, then took his camps. So the whole time that Sven is in the river and enemy jungle, something is happening in his jungle. His camps are respawning. However, Onda's jungle is mostly static, nothing is respawning, nothing is happening on that top side. So what's the moral of the story? Well, in the ideal world, you want to be active on the map while your camps are respawning. This is always going to be more efficient, while not always possible. So for example, even though it's better for max efficiency to clear these camps before heading out into the river, Onda doesn't really have that luxury because both of his solo lanes are pushing. So he has to go get vision and try to ward out the enemy jungler to make sure that Sven doesn't attempt to gank and pick up an early kill. Sven knows that this is likely going to happen and doesn't even bother with it, and just decides to free farm and get ahead based off the fact that Onda is going to have to go out and ward. So for the most part, both junglers were playing correctly. Onda could have done some things differently, but we don't have time for that in this video. We just wanted to show you the impact of clearing camps efficiently and encourage you to think about being active while your camps are down. If you're able to clear your camps and then move on to the map, you'll find yourself gaining experience and CS leads in all elos. Thanks so much for watching everyone, and we'll see you next time.